Every generation has people who wait for life to give them something. And every generation has people who decide to create what they need. The difference between the two is not education, family background, or even resources. The difference lies in how they view opportunity. Some sit back and hope it will knock on their door, while others take what life gives them and carve a new path forward. Opportunities are not found, they are made. Most people spend years searching for a break, waiting for someone to notice them, hoping for a miracle that will open the door to their success. They believe that one day, out of nowhere, life will present them with the perfect chance. But life is not designed that way. Life rewards the bold, the proactive, and the intentional. Waiting is the slowest form of failure because waiting places your destiny in the hands of someone else. When you wait for opportunity, you are saying, my life will only change when someone decides to change it for me. That mindset keeps people trapped in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and lifestyles that suffocate their dreams. Opportunity is not something external that you stumble upon in a lucky moment. It is something internal, born out of vision and developed through discipline. The greatest doors you will ever walk through will not be doors someone else opened for you. They will be doors you constructed with your own hands. And how do you build such doors? You start with what you have. Too many people disqualify themselves because they do not have connections, money, or influence. But history is full of men and women who began with nothing and transformed nothing into something extraordinary. They refused to wait for perfect conditions because they understood that opportunities are created, not discovered. When you shift your perspective, you begin to see every situation differently. That difficulty at work is not a closed door. It is material for you to innovate and prove your value. That lack of resources is not the end of your dream. It is the chance to learn creativity and resilience. Every problem in life contains the seed of an opportunity. The question is not whether opportunity exists, but whether you are willing to cultivate it. People who wait for opportunities often see problems as obstacles. People who create opportunities see problems as raw material. It is not what you face that determines your outcome, but how you interpret what you face. Think about this. Opportunity is the product of vision plus action. Vision allows you to see possibilities where others see impossibilities. Action turns those possibilities into tangible realities. Without vision, you cannot recognize the potential hidden in your present. Without action, you cannot convert vision into opportunity. That means the responsibility for your future is not in the economy, not in the government, not even in your employer. It is in you. You carry within you the power to create the environment you desire, to open the doors you need, and to step into the life you were designed for. The world is full of people waiting for permission to start, waiting for a sign that it's time to move, waiting for someone to tell them they are good enough. That waiting is the graveyard of dreams. The truth is, no one is going to hand you permission because you were already born with authority to act. Life is not about waiting for doors to open. It is about walking with the confidence that you can build new doors. That's why people who achieve great things often look like they appeared out of nowhere. In reality, they did not appear out of nowhere. They were building in silence, creating opportunities while everyone else was waiting. And when their work finally met its moment, the world thought they were overnight successes, but they were years in the making. There is a misconception that opportunity is luck, that it is random and unpredictable. But opportunity is predictable when you are intentional. If you prepare long enough, work hard enough, and persist consistently enough, you will eventually create the very stage you are meant to stand on. Opportunities do not chase those who are idle. They are attracted to those who are ready. Those who are disciplined, those who are constantly refining their gift. Life bends toward those who act. The ones who step out in faith, take risks, and move with conviction are the ones who make opportunities where none existed. You must also understand that opportunity is often disguised. It rarely comes looking glamorous or easy. Sometimes it comes dressed as hard work. Sometimes it looks like rejection. Sometimes it feels like failure. But within that failure, within that rejection, within that long season of hard work, the opportunity is forming. Waiting blinds you to this truth. When you wait, you see hardship as a closed door. But when you create, you see hardship as preparation. You realize that everything you are going through is giving you the tools to build what you need for the future. This is why it is dangerous to envy others. Many people look at those who seem successful and think they were just lucky. They were given opportunities I never had. But if you look closely, you will discover that their so-called luck was not luck at all. It was years of creating chances, investing in themselves, being faithful with little until little grew into much. You may not have their resources, but you have your own gift. You may not have their connections, but you have your own vision. And if you are willing to put in the work, you can create opportunities that will shock those around you. The truth is, your future is not waiting for someone to notice you. Your future is waiting for you to notice what is already in your hands. The question is not whether opportunity will come, but whether you are willing to create it. The key is to stop asking, when will my chance arrive? And start asking, what can I build right now with what I have? Because when you build, when you move, when you create, you position yourself for doors that others will never see. Do you want me to now expand Keynote 2 the same way into 1,000 words? Or should I first complete the intro as hook, transition for the full script structure? Inside every human being lies a treasure. It is invisible to the eye, but it is the most powerful force in your life. That treasure is your gift. A gift is not just a talent. It is not simply something you can do well. A gift is the unique deposit placed in you by God, the seed of potential that carries the key to your future. When you understand your gift, you understand that opportunity is not something you have to chase from the outside. Opportunity is something that flows from within. Your gift is the seed of opportunity. The greatest mistake people make is believing that opportunity is somewhere far away from them. They imagine that success belongs to another country, another family, another culture, another circumstance. They believe their environment limits their potential. But the truth is everything you need to create opportunity is already inside you. The gift you were born with is the raw material to create doors in places where there are no doors. You don't have to wait for the world to recognize you. If you refine your gift will create its own recognition. Think about a seed. A seed looks small, insignificant, and ordinary, but hidden within that seed is a forest. Hidden within that seed is fruit that can feed generations. Hidden within that seed is wood that can build houses. The value of a seed is never on the outside. It is in the potential it carries inside. In the same way, your gift may look small to others. It may look ordinary even to you, but within it lies your future, your influence, and your opportunity. The problem is not that you lack opportunity. The problem is that you have not fully planted and cultivated your gift. Many people ignore their gift because they compare it to someone else's. They think, if only I could sing like them, speak like them, lead like them, then I would have an opportunity. But the truth is, comparison blinds you to the power of your own seed. Your opportunity is not in someone else's talent. Your opportunity is in your unique gift. When you water it with discipline, when you cultivate it with consistency, when you prune it with correction, it grows into something that attracts doors and creates platforms. The seed is already in you, waiting to be activated. Your gift is the currency of opportunity. Money may open doors temporarily, but it is your gift that sustains you once the door opens. Connections may get you noticed, but it is your gift that keeps you relevant. Education may qualify you, but it is your gift that distinguishes you. That is why some people can have degrees and still struggle, while others with no formal education can rise to greatness. The difference is not opportunity given, but opportunity created through the power of a gift. When you discover and develop your gift, you make yourself valuable, and value always attracts demand. Opportunities are created by need. Where there is a problem, there is an opportunity. Your gift was designed to solve a particular problem on this earth. That is why you were born. You are not an accident, you are an answer. The key is to identify the problem your gift was meant to solve. When you find that, you no longer need to beg for opportunities because your gift makes you necessary. The world does not reward wishes. The world rewards solutions. And every gift is a solution waiting to be applied. The tragedy of life is not death. It is living without discovering your gift. Because when you die without using your gift, you rob the world of opportunities that could have been created through you. Think about how many inventions, books, businesses, and movements have been buried in cemeteries because someone ignored their gift. They waited for opportunity instead of realizing their gift was the seed of it. They looked outside instead of within. They never understood that the key to their future was in the thing they could do best, the thing that gave them joy, the thing that flowed naturally from them. Another mistake people make is waiting for someone else to validate their gift. They want applause before they start. They want recognition before they act. They want support before they plant. But seeds do not wait for recognition before they grow. They simply grow when placed in the right soil. Your gift does not need applause to start working. It needs faith, discipline, and courage. When you start cultivating it, it will eventually draw the recognition you were looking for. Doors will open because of the fruit your gift produces. Some people are frustrated because opportunities seem closed to them. They feel ignored, overlooked, and undervalued. But often the reason is that they are trying to enter through doors their gift was never designed for. Your gift creates its own lane. When you try to force yourself into places where your gift is not needed, you experience rejection. But when you operate in the sphere of your gift, you experience demand. The seed of opportunity is always connected to the environment where your gift is useful. The secret is not to chase every door, but to nurture the gift so much that the right door cannot ignore you. Your gift is not just about personal success, it is about service. Seeds do not eat their own fruit. Trees do not consume what they produce. Their fruit is always for others. In the same way, your gift was not given only for you, but for the benefit of others. That is why opportunity always comes when you are serving. When you use your gift to meet the needs of people, you automatically create doors of favor, influence, and recognition. If you make your gift about you, it will remain small. If you make your gift about serving others, it will expand beyond your imagination. The world is waiting for your gift. Somewhere someone is praying for the solution that only your seed can produce. but the seed must be planted. A seed on the shelf cannot multiply. A gift hidden inside cannot create opportunity. You must step out, you must begin, you must risk failure, because even in failure, your gift grows stronger. Every attempt refines you. Every experience shapes you. Every act of courage waters the soil around your seed until it breaks through the ground and begins to bear fruit. You must guard your gift because it is the most valuable thing you own. It is not your house, not your money, not your title. Those things can be lost. But your gift is eternal, and it will make room for you. It will place you before kings. It will create tables for you. It will open spaces you never imagined. But only if you are willing to recognize it, cultivate it, and release it. Your gift is the seed, and opportunity is the harvest. The harvest is guaranteed if you plant the seed. Would you like me to now expand Keynote 3 into 1,000 words as well? Or should I draft the intro hook section first before continuing with the other keynotes? Life has a way of presenting us with obstacles at every stage of our journey. No matter who you are, no matter where you were born, no matter what dreams you carry, you will face resistance. Obstacles are unavoidable, but how you respond to them determine whether they crush you or carry you to a higher level. Most people see obstacles as roadblocks meant to stop them, but vision sees them differently. Vision has the ability to transform obstacles into platforms. What looks like a barrier to someone without vision becomes a stepping stone to someone who can see beyond the immediate. Vision is not sight. Sight is limited to what your eyes can see. Vision is the ability to see what is invisible, to look at chaos and see order, to look at defeat and see victory, to look at impossibility and see opportunity. When a person has vision, they stop reacting to problems as though they are permanent. They start interpreting every difficulty as part of the material necessary to build their destiny. An obstacle to someone without vision is an excuse to quit. An obstacle to someone with vision is an invitation to rise. Throughout history, the men and women who changed the world did not live lives free of obstacles. They faced rejection, opposition, failure, and resistance at levels that could have destroyed them. The difference was vision. They could see beyond the hardship. They could see the possibility hidden inside of the pain. They refused to define themselves by the obstacle in front of them, and instead defined themselves by the vision within them. This is why vision is so important. It gives you an interpretation of life that transforms stumbling blocks into building blocks. Without vision, every obstacle becomes a dead end. People without vision interpret rejection as proof that they are not good enough, poverty as proof that they are doomed, failure as proof that they should stop trying. But vision changes the meaning of those same experiences. Rejection becomes redirection. Poverty becomes fuel for innovation. Failure becomes education. The same obstacle that destroys one person can elevate another, because the difference lies not in the size of the obstacle, but in the size of the vision. Vision is what allows you to take the raw material of struggle and turn it into strength. When life closes a door, vision looks for a window. When people say no, vision hears not yet. When resources are scarce, vision imagines new possibilities. This is how obstacles become platforms. They were never meant to bury you. They were meant to reveal the strength inside you that you didn't even know you had. Pressure does not just test you, it uncovers you. It squeezes out of you abilities, creativity, and endurance that would have remained hidden if the obstacle never showed up. Sometimes the greatest platforms are built out of the hardest seasons. It is when you had no support that you learned how to depend on your gift. It is when doors were closed that you discovered how to build your own. It is when people walked away that you learned how to walk with resilience. Vision gives you the power to reinterpret pain until it becomes a teacher. And every lesson you learn becomes a plank in the platform you are building. The higher the obstacle, the stronger the platform if you allow vision to lead the way. One of the reasons people collapse under obstacles is because they measure their life only by what they can see. But if you only live by sight, you will never rise above what is visible. Sight will always show you how big the mountain is, how strong the opposition is, how deep the valley is. Vision shows you how great your God is, how limitless your potential is, and how temporary every challenge is. Vision empowers you to see that mountains can become monuments, valleys can become vineyards, and storms can water the seeds of your destiny. It is important to realize that obstacles are part of the process of elevation. A platform is not built out of ease, it is built out of effort. No one ever rises without resistance. The reason is simple: resistance builds strength. Just as a muscle grows only when it is pushed against weight, your character grows only when it is pushed against obstacles. Vision allows you to embrace this process instead of running from it. Vision says, this challenge is not the end of me, it is the training ground for the next level of me. When you have vision, you begin to anticipate obstacles as opportunities in disguise. You no longer panic when difficulties arise because you understand they are raw materials. You begin to think creatively. You begin to seek solutions. You begin to rise with a mindset that says, there must be a reason for this, and I will find the lesson in it. That mindset alone transforms the way you live. Obstacles no longer intimidate you. They motivate you. They drive you to search deeper, to pray harder, to push further. And before you know it, what was once an obstacle becomes the very platform that carries your message, your influence, and your success. Your vision must be stronger than your opposition. When people insult you, when they betray you, when they misunderstand you, vision keeps you steady. Vision keeps you moving even when you don't feel like it. Without vision, the criticism of others becomes a weight too heavy to carry. But with vision, you understand that even their criticism can become part of your platform. Their words become your motivation. Their rejection becomes your fuel. What was designed to break you ends up building you. The truth is, obstacles are not the problem. The problem is the lack of vision. A person with vision can walk through storms and still sing. A person with vision can sit in prison and still plan a future. A person with vision can be surrounded by enemies and still see a way forward. That is the power of vision. It transforms obstacles into platforms. Platforms for growth, platforms for influence, platforms for greatness. The next time you face an obstacle, do not ask, why me? Instead ask, what is this trying to teach me? What platform is this obstacle building beneath me? That question will shift your entire perspective. Suddenly, you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You are a builder using your circumstances' tools. Every hardship becomes a hammer, every rejection a nail, every setback a piece of wood. Before long, you realize you are standing on a platform constructed out of the very things that once tried to destroy you. This is why vision is so essential to life. Without it, obstacles bury you. With it, obstacles build you. Without it, life looks like a series of disappointments. With it, life looks like a series of stepping stones. Without it, you give up too soon. With it, you rise when others fall. Vision is the architect of your destiny, and obstacles are simply the materials placed in your hands. If you use them correctly, you will discover that every obstacle was secretly an opportunity. Every struggle was secretly a stage. and every hardship was secretly preparing the platform you were destined to stand on. Do you want me to now expand Keynote 4 in the same 1,000 word style? Or should I pause and help you build the intro hook section for the entire speech first? There is a danger in waiting. Waiting can feel safe, it can feel comfortable, it can even feel spiritual. Many people believe that time alone will change things. They sit in the hope that opportunity will come if they just stay in place long enough. But waiting without action becomes a trap that paralyzes potential and delays destiny. The truth is simple, but powerful action unlocks doors that waiting never will. Life is not designed to reward hesitation. It is designed to respond to movement. Every breakthrough you admire in history was not the product of passive waiting. It was the result of deliberate action. A dream will remain a dream until you move. A vision will remain a picture in your mind until you act. Faith will remain an idea until you take the step that proves it. Doors do not open for those who simply wish. They open for those who are bold enough to push them. Waiting often disguises itself as patience, but the two are not the same. Patience is active. Patience prepares, invests, and builds while it waits. But waiting without action is laziness dressed in the language of hope. People who wait without moving often console themselves with excuses. They say, "I am waiting for the right time." But there is no right time. The right time is the moment you decide to start. Others say, "I am waiting for a sign." But signs appear to those who are already walking, not those who are standing still. Some say, "I am waiting for the resources." But resources are attracted to movement, not stagnation. If you move, provision will meet you on the road. If you sit, you will die with your vision still inside you. Action is the language of faith. You prove your belief not by what you say, but by what you do. If you say you believe in your dream, but you never take steps toward it, you do not truly believe. Real belief is demonstrated in action. If you believe you are called to start a business, you act on that belief. If you believe you are meant to write a book, you begin writing even when no one is watching. If you believe you are destined for more, you live each day as preparation for that destiny. Your actions reveal your faith, and faith that is acted upon has the power to unlock doors. Many people are waiting for opportunities to come knocking, but opportunities rarely knock. They must be pursued. They must be created. They must be seized. Waiting keeps you at the mercy of circumstances, but action makes you a creator of circumstances. When you act, you stir the atmosphere. You make people notice. You bring movement into your environment, and movement attracts momentum. Momentum creates favor, and favor opens doors. It is important to realize that doors are not always visible until you approach them. Imagine walking down a hallway in the dark. If you stand still, the hallway looks endless. You cannot see what is ahead. But as you move forward, suddenly a door appears that was hidden in the shadows. Life is the same way. If you wait in one spot, you will never see the doors that exist. But if you walk forward, you will discover opportunities that were invisible from a distance. Action reveals doors that waiting hides. Fear is one of the greatest enemies of action. People wait because they are afraid. Afraid of failure, afraid of rejection, afraid of making mistakes. But waiting does not remove fear, it multiplies it. The longer you wait, the stronger your fear grows. Action is the antidote to fear. When you move despite the trembling in your knees, you weaken fear's grip on you. Every step you take makes the next one easier. Fear loses power in the presence of motion. The only way to overcome fear is not to wait until it disappears, but to act in spite of it. Excuses are another enemy of action. Excuses sound intelligent, but they are deadly. They convince you that inaction is justified, but excuses do not open doors, they close them. Excuses do not protect your future, they destroy it. Every excuse you make today becomes a chain that binds you tomorrow. The only way to break that chain is through action. Even imperfect action is better than perfect excuses. A small step forward is greater than standing still with 1,000 reasons why you cannot move. There are people who pray endlessly for change but never act. Prayer is powerful, but prayer without action is powerless. Prayer positions your heart, but action proves your faith. Heaven responds to movement. The moment you step out, the resources you prayed for begin to align. But if you never act, you frustrate your own prayers. It is not enough to believe for the door. You must walk toward it and push. Action does not always guarantee immediate success, but it always guarantees progress. Every step you take is a step away from where you were and a step closer to where you are meant to be. Action teaches you what waiting never will. It gives you experience, wisdom, and resilience. Even when your action does not produce the outcome you wanted, it produces growth inside you. And that growth prepares you for bigger doors in the future. Inaction, on the other hand, produces nothing but regret. The most dangerous thing about waiting is that it steals time. Time is the most precious resource you have, and once it is gone, you cannot get it back. Opportunities can be created again. Money can be earned again. Relationships can be rebuilt again. But time wasted in waiting is gone forever. Action redeems time. Action allows you to look back on your days with the satisfaction that you tried. You pushed, you moved, you lived. Waiting fills your heart with the sorrow of what could have been. History honors men and women of action, not those who sat still. The great discoveries, the revolutions, the inventions, the movements that shaped the world, all came because someone decided to act. They were not always the smartest, the richest, or the most talented, but they moved. They refused to let waiting define them. And because of their action, doors opened that would have remained closed forever. The same principle applies to your life. There are doors with your name on them, but they will never open if you remain where you are. You must get up, you must move, you must act. Do not wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time does not exist. Do not wait for approval, because the world will never fully approve. Do not wait for fear to leave, because courage is acting in the presence of fear. If you move, you will see doors open that you never imagined. If you remain still, you will die in the hallway of hesitation. This is why action is so critical. It is not about rushing. It is about moving with intention. It is about making today count. It is about refusing to let another year pass by with your dream still trapped inside you. Every step of action, no matter how small, is a key turning in the lock of a door. And one day that lock will click and the door will swing wide open. Not because you waited, but because you acted. Would you like me to now write the conclusion of the entire script, tying together all 4 keynotes into one powerful closing message? Life is not waiting to hand you opportunities. Life is waiting for you to create them. You are not designed to sit on the sidelines, hoping for a door to open, praying that someone will notice you or that chance will fall into your lap. You were designed to be a creator, a builder, a visionary who takes what is invisible and makes it visible. The power to change your future is not locked in the hands of others. It has always been placed inside you. Opportunities are not found, they are made. And they are made by those who recognize that what they carry is greater than what they lack. Your gift is the seed of opportunity. The treasure inside you, the unique ability you were born with, is the raw material for creating doors where no doors exist. When you honor your gift, when you cultivate it with discipline and consistency, it becomes the very key that unlocks the next stage of your destiny. But gifts do not flourish without vision. Vision is what allows you to see beyond the obstacle. Vision transforms barriers into building blocks, turning hardship into a platform that elevates you higher. Without vision, struggles become prisons. With vision, struggles become training grounds. The difference between defeat and destiny is not the absence of obstacles, but the presence of vision. And all of this leads to one undeniable truth: nothing happens until you move. Action unlocks doors that waiting never will. You can pray, you can dream, you can talk, you can hope, but if you do not act, nothing changes. Action is the proof of belief. Action is the language of faith. Action is the key that turns the lock on the doors you've been staring at for years. So the message is clear. Stop waiting for opportunity. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right time. Start planting your gift. Start walking with vision. Start moving with boldness. Every step you take creates momentum, and momentum draws opportunity. The doors of your future are waiting, but they respond only to action. Your life is too valuable to waste in hesitation. Your potential is too great to be buried in excuses. Everything you need to create the future you dream of is already inside you. So rise up, activate your gift, embrace your vision, and take action. Because the life you desire will not come by waiting. It will come by creating.